I want you guys to listen well today because I'm sure you will gain something. You do what? Yeah, I'm sure you gain something. So we'll be moving from easier to what? Hard ones. Are you following? So there's this community. Are you listening? There's this what? Uh-huh. There's this community that accepts or that believes that the kind of marriage that should happen there is what? Mono what? Gami. Mono what? Thank you. So in that community, there was this party. There was this what? There was this what? Yeah. There was this party that was going on. There are actually 11 couples. 11 what? So if it's 11 couples, how many males? 11, right? How many females? Thank you. Are you listening? We don't start to. Sure you know. So now, something happened. One of the couples started foreign in the what? Party. Normally, which gender normally starts the quarrel? I am your teacher now. As your teacher, I'll tell you that it's a female. I know normally they will try and leave the party so the male can chase them, right? Thank you. So now, if in that kind of situation, are you listening? Thank you. That it was the male, it was the female that looked for trouble, and she left the what? Party. Like she disappeared. She did what? The male guy there will be what? Lonely. True or false? Shut up. The male guy is a party that imagine now. I told you in the beginning that it's a community that they believe a man and a what. So because your wife left, you cannot go and patch. You cannot go and do what? You just stay there and be crying now. Hello. So now this is what is happening. It also happens in chemistry. In what? Yes, thank you. You have heard of proton and electron, right? Are you listening? So between proton and electron, which one is the male? Proton, thank you. Proton is a positive what? Charge. Right? Right? Thank you. Electron is what? And I'm sure I've heard of where they say that women are negative what? Charges. It's not. It's a normal saying. Hello? It's a normal what? Saying. Thank you. If you listen, you will flow. If you listen, you do what? Yeah, you are doing plenty things today, but I'm starting with this easy one. So try and give me your attention. The guy bending down. Why are you bending down? I'm talking to you. So now, again, we now move into metals and what? Metals and what? Thank you. From your SS1, okay, not SS1, in case you don't know, metals, they lose electrons. They lose what? They lose what? Thank you. Non-metals do what? Gain. Are you listening? And I just told you now that in that party, protons are what? Males. Electrons are what? Electrons are what? Females. Are you getting the gist? So, in the definition of a metal and a non-metal, the only thing that they are telling you is that electron. This one is loss of what? Electron. This one is gain of what? Electron. Did you hear anything like proton? No. I get him. So, in that party before the girl left, the atom was in a neutral state. In a what? Let's say you are talking about sodium. Sodium now. Sodium has which atomic number? 11. 11. If you didn't know that sodium was 11, raise your hand. So sodium atomic number is what? 11. So class, what is the number of protons if the atomic number is 11? 11. Can you hear me? Number of what is equals to the atomic what? Are you following? Again, number of protons P is equals to number of what? In a neutral what? Atom. Yes, or state. Is it making sense now? So normally, if the atomic number of sodium is 11, number of protons should be what? Number of electrons should be what? True or false? Thank you. Something now happened. Something now did what? So class, let me ask you this question. If, since you touched chemistry, when you see plus in an element, is there always a metal or a non-metal? Eh? Metal. But if you see minus, is what? Do you know the reason? Yes. Everybody said yes. Now, the reason is in that party. Watch. Watch what happened. Electron is the female, right? And they just told you now that metals lose what? Electrons. So they are trying to tell you indirectly that that female that left in that party was the what? Electron. Are you listening? So if one electron leaves, how many electrons is remaining there? 10, right? But proton is still what? Proton. 11, right? Bam. That remaining guy. That remaining what? We just be lonely and be saying, I will wait for my partner. So that remaining guy is that plus you see in sodium. Plus is for what? Proton. True or false? Thank you. If you come to fluorine, fluorine has minus. It means that an ashawo entered. An ashawo did what? So a party of 9 couples, a random girl just enters the party. You as a woman, will you allow? You get? So the girl that entered will just be there, waiting for waiting for a shower, maybe a man to do what? Come. Are you getting the gist now? So as the person is waiting, and is an electron, true or false, it will have what? A negative what? Charge. So this stuff is telling you that it's just one electron that did what? Enter there. Are you following? So anytime you see something like this, between proton and electron, which one should be bigger? Electron. Anytime you see something like this, which one will be bigger? Proton. Are you following? Are you following? Thank you. So now, this stuff, this plus is written that there is an extra what? Proton. Because one electron did what? Left. This one is saying that an electron did what? Entered. We are just starting. From here, we'll move more concepts, stoichiometry. Just the basics I want you guys to know. The basics I want you guys to do what? No. Are you clear on this? Are you sure? Are you sure? Question number 1, right? Question number 1. So, the question is an element x2 minus an element, just an element, an element first. Sorry, an element of atomic number 16, an element of atomic number 16 has minus 2 at its ionic state. Has minus 2 at its ionic state. At its what? Ionic state. Full stop. What are the number of electrons in the ionic form of this element? What are the number of electrons in the ionic form of this what element? What's the answer? 18. 18, right? Are you following the 18 because someone said 18 or you know it's 18? You know it's 18. Now, see the question. See the question here. Are you listening? They told you an element. Let's say that the element, let the element be what? X, right? Let's say that the element is what? X. And they told you guys that in its ionic form, it exists as what? -2, right? Thank you. So this is the stuff you are talking of. Are you listening? Abia was saying now the atomic number is what? 16. Class, if atomic number is 16, what is the number of protons? Is it making sense now? Are you following? So if the number of protons is 16, let's say that we are seeing 16 as number of what? Protons. Normally, if you see this, which one do you think is in excess? Proton or electron? Electrons. From what we gist now, right? I told you if you are seeing minus, it means that there is something came. Something did what? This is a non-metal, right? Non-metals, they accept what? When they accept electrons, they turn into ionic form. They turn into what? So it means the electrons are bigger. So it's like saying 16 plus how many? 2. But in everything, there is a shortcut. There's a what? There is a what? Thank you. There's a formula that says that number of what? Proton is equals to electron plus charge plus what? Plus what? Are you watching? Now let's just solve it mathematically. So for all of you looking for what to write, you can write solution. Proton is what? 16. You know how it was 16, right? Atomic number is the same as number of what? Protons. Are you following? You are looking for E, right? What is the charge? What is the charge? You saw what I did. So 16 equals to E minus 2. Plus times minus is minus, right? Right? This will come over there. -2 crossing an equal sign is what? Positive. So giving you what? 18. So write that one down. Write it down. If you have not written it down, just write down something. There's no time. So now, if you come to an atom, can remember first definition of atom then? They told you that is the most what? Smallest indivisible part of but you know it can be divided, right? Thank you. It has 3 particles inside. This guy, proton, electron, and what? Thank you. Are you following? If you come to an atom, you see a shell. You see what? And the what? Nucleus. Are you following? The shell consists of these what? Electrons. Then inside this what? Nucleus, you see a proton. You see a what? Plus another stuff. Plus another what? That stuff is what? That stuff is neutron. So, listen. Are you listening? Now, why proton needs to be equal to electron is that if they are not equal in a neutral state, if I touch you, we will shock each other. The chair you are sitting on, you guys will shock what? Each other. So they always need to be in a neutral what? State. Why? Because electron is a negative charge and proton is a what? Are you following? Are you following? So now, this guy, neutron, is a neutral charge. Is a what? But it's heavy. But it's what? Thank you. Everything in this nucleus is heavy, which means proton and what? Electron is very, very, very what? Light. I get it. But it doesn't remove the fact that number of protons should be less than number of what? Because of the charge, right? Thank you. They need to balance our charges. Now, something that happened. Imagine they are shooting you. They are what? Shooting what? You. You. Now, they are shooting you. They are shooting me, yes. No, they are not shooting me. But the bullets you are coming to me, hello? If it comes to my stomach, it's just pass through. Pass through. Anywhere, pass through, except my head. Except my what? Like my head was like, you know, boom, pew, boom, pew. And all of them were dying. They're like, wow, what is happening? You get? It was an experiment that happened then. Who can tell me the experiment? Eh? Yes, there was this guy that was shooting. He said he was just bouncing back stuffs. You don't know? You will know soon. Go and read your chemistry well. So, they are doing one experiment. They were bombarding an atom with rays. It's what? Rays. So, as the thing was coming, it was passing here peacefully. Pew, 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 pew. Obian at this center to bounce out back. I get it. So they are like, wait, thing they happen. It is not what? Normal. So someday they started saying that the mass of an atom, of an element, is coming from the what? Nucleus. Because the nucleus is very heavy. That's why I cannot do what? Pass through. Are you following? That's why they now concluded that mass of an what? Atom is coming from the what? Center. Are you following? So that's why you hear mass number. They tell you that mass number is what? Proton plus. Are you following? You have seen periodic table, right? They will tell you hydrogen, for example. Hydrogen is 1 1. Are you listening? The one down. Yes, wake up. Wake up. The one down is the atomic what? Number. Are you following? Now, if atomic number is 1, class, what is the number of proton? 1. Are you following? In this upper part, this is what? A what? A mass number, right? So, from this concept you understood that mass number is equals to proton plus what? Neutron. Is equals to what? Exactly. Meaning that if you add both of them, it will give you the mass of the what? Atom. True or false? So, because the question I'm asking next, you understand why I'm asking it. So, example 2. All these things are what you should already know. Are you following? It's basic. Example 2. An ion X 3 plus. An ion X 3 plus. An ion X 3 plus of mass number of mass number 27 contains 10 electrons. contains what? 10 electrons. Full stop. Calculate the number of protons. Calculate the number of what? Protons. That's 1. 2. Number of neutrons. The neutron is this. Number of neutron. 3. Identify the elements. Identify the elements. Identify the elements. Identify the elements. What's the answer? I should give you guys some time. Aluminium is the element. What is the proton number? Neutron number? 14. If you are still on solution, well done. What's the answer? You can still tell me solution is my answer. It's not bad. It's simple. No, it's not simple. It's hard. What's going on in your mind now? Class, what is the number of electrons? 10, right? So, if you are coming now, you can understand. It's not, you have not lost anything, nothing. You get? That's what I want you to know. So, now, number of electrons is what? 10, right? Thank you. So, if this is 10, if this is what? 10, and you are seeing something like this, class, KMY then. If you are seeing positive, it means that protons are in excess, right? Right? But now by how many? 3. You just say 10 plus what? You have gotten a number of protons. 13. But if you want to use our what? Our what? I told you guys that it was what? Proton is equal to electron plus. Thank you. What is P? A mallow. What is E? 10. Charge is plus 3. Is what? Plus times plus plus. 10 plus 3. Is it not simple? It is, right? This is 1. This is what? 1. You can use this thing and answer the last question. Number of proton is 13. And I told you that atomic number is the same thing as what? So what is the atomic number? 13. Which element has the atomic number 13? Are you following? But now they ask you number of neutrons. It's still okay because mass number is equal to proton plus. Are you following? So P is what? 13 now. We don't know neutron, right? Sure, you know why mass number is equal to proton and neutron? Remember that stuff I told you? That they discovered that the weight of an atom comes from the what? Center. And what is found on the center? Thank you. So, mass number is what? So you know what to do. So what is neutron? What is neutron? The girl that wrote solution, did you understand now? There are like 4 girls and 2 boys. So that's it, and that's that. So last question before we move to another kind of calculation in chemistry. I told you we'll be moving around, but I want to explore you first because I know that they have been teaching you guys chemistry and physics more than any other course. True of us? Yes, because let me tell you something you don't know. Chemistry and physics are the actual courses you can use and smash your what? Jam. Biology is if people underrate it, even if they start teaching you guys every day, people will still do what? You don't read it personally. But if you read chemistry, understand chemistry from what they have taught you, and physics, you can be scoring 90-something in your jam. It's a common score in physics. I'm telling you, it's a common score in what? Physics. You see you and your gang. You think now people don't know book. Let jam result come out now. If you know Malfoy, but I want you guys to know what? More. That's it. I want you guys to know more. Village people used to be in jam hall. Yes. I wrote jam 2 times. My first one, I sat down to write. My neighbor, I don't know what she was writing, but it was not a science. She was not a science student. Can you hear me? And she was not of our age grade then. She was senior me like 5 years then. So, and the funny thing, she couldn't use computer. She didn't know how to log in. And she was fine. You get? So, Mumumi now is my first jam. I'm a newbie. I'm a what? Newbie. I knew everything. Sharp brain, sharp boy. I started the exam. They already listening for me like 2 hours. Like I've started. I'm in my number 2. I saw the girl having issues. I turned to what? A technician. And my time was going. And my time was what? Like, it's not like this. See, just turn. You know that kind of thing now? Boom. I turned back. And I was writing. I was saying, how can I press next? I turned. My time was what? My first jam. The funny thing is that I don't finish the exam. I still had the mark to come out and tell my dad that I will do well. I don't finish, but I will do well. Same for my score. I saw score. I was telling God before I wrote the jam, God, I know you are with me. And I know you want to give me a course. Any course you give me, I will accept. So I believe I can write out for medicine. I can write out for pharmacy. So if you are giving me med lab, no problem. That's what you want me to do. But the score I saw, I said, no be anything God want me I do. I get it now. The score would have driven me to biochemistry or FST, food science and technology. I said no. No, because if you are believing that kind of mindset, delete it. If you are coming to write the exam, be what? Focused. I thought I have learned from my lessons. Second jump, we came there. Things were scattered. Everybody was sitting down where they want to do what? Sit. And there's no, imagine you now, how big you are. You know, in this class, there's one intelligent boy that used to smash. They used to give gifts. The guy comes to your center. I get it now. I entered late. So I saw MDA people like my friends or maybe normal people. But all of us are going to say what? Lesson. They arranged for me his chair. And they come and sit down. Come and sit down. I felt myself like this. And I did what? Sat. I never answered my first biology question. The neighbor, which was a girl, have started asking me our number 1 biology what? Yeah. My second what? Jump. The hall became noisy. They offed everything. They said it was from Lagos. We can go. They cannot do anything. I don't finish my second jump. These are stories. So, true life stories. I'm sure you can ask Uncle Face now. So that's it. I don't finish my second jam. So, in Abia, if you know you are coming, if you know you are prepared, Run, oh. If someone doesn't know anything, say, I see this woman, you can call this woman and package your what? Self. If you think you know book, inside jam hall, you don't know what? Book. Because you need to cross-check. You need to do what? Cross-check. Yes, that day I helped a lot of people in MDA. But I did not cross-check and I did not finish. 20 minutes before time, everybody's system went down. I wanted to cry. I saw one girl shouting. Everybody were holding the girl. She was like, I've eaten jam 4 times. My younger brother is in year 2. I wanted to go and beat those people. I saw one big engineering boy crying. Who am I? You get? So, now, because if you know something, you actually need to concentrate in the what? Oh, that's it. You need to concentrate. If you know something, imagine you seen this kind of question because of noise, you will not calm down, you now fail this. This is not a question you should fail. You get back? It's not. So now, third question before we move on. Third question before we move on. Before we move on. Okay, now, an element X, an element X, an element what? X has 17 electrons, has 17 electrons, has 17 electrons. Full stop. If the mass number is 36, if the mass number is 36, calculate the number of protons and neutrons. Calculate the number of protons and neutrons. An element what? X has number of electrons as 17. What's the answer? What is the number of proton? 17. Number of neutron? 19. Is it making sense? If you see an element in its neutral state, number of electrons equals number of what? Are you following? Do you know inside that hall, you see somebody? Yes. That's why sometimes you need to trust yourself. Near the person came remember. Should they give the person mass number, ba? 26 minus, 36 minus 17. 19, right? Option A, 19 and 19. Option B, 19 and 17. See, 17 and 19. Oh yeah, Abia. Also not solve that 19 from what? Normal minus. From normal what? The first one with 19 is my answer. But I cannot choose 19 and 19. I will not go with 19 and what? 17. And that same person, we have the mind to convince the neighbor. I'm sure. I'm what? You know, go like flop now. That's the problem people don't know. You think everybody is good. Me, I'm giving somebody bomb. Me personally, I'm giving someone bomb. So, when we came out from home, all the ones he asked me, he failed it. But when result comes out, I get highest in the class. I'll see how. You get that kind of thing. So, maybe that one, you even know. But because your neighbor knows, not naturally, I ask your neighbor, what if it's that one that your neighbor doesn't do what? No. Sometimes, don't confirm answers with neighbors. If you know the what answer, it's an experience. I know how they tell you. So that's it. That's it for this part. You know how we got the answer, right? You know how we got the answer. I don't think I should solve anything. So now, next stuff we'll be talking on. You know, there's this calculation in chemistry that is in physics, gas laws, bah? So if I ask you, so now, what was the second question? It was x3 plus bar, and I gave you guys number of what? Electrons to be what? 10. Are you listening? And mass number to be what? Mass number is 27. Electron is 10. Normally, you are asked to find number of proton and what? Neutron. Are you following? So you use this formula. Proton is equal to electron plus charge. Plus what? What is the charge? 3. Plus 3 is 3. Are you following? The electron is what? 10. 10 plus 3. 13. You have gotten your protons already. Then you move to mass number. To what? Thank you. Mass number will be what? Proton plus. Proton plus. Protons plus. Then I don't see electron. No. Proton plus neutron. So 27 is what? 13 now plus the neutron you are looking for, right? You get 14. That's it. For the person that told me I should explain again. Now, and I was telling you guys that there are plenty. There's this concepts in chemistry known as gas laws, but I'm not teaching you guys gas laws. Boy's law. Boy's law is easy. Or is it not easy? Have they taught you guys? This week, last week, last week, last month. Lots of newcomers. Hey, yeah. So now, actually, there are plenty gas laws. There is Boy's law. There is what? There's Charles' law. There's Galis's law of combining. Galis's law of combining what? There's also Graham's law of diffusion. Graham's law of what? Thank you. There's also Avogadro's. I forgot that one. They get this one. Dalton's law of partial what? And general gas equation. Now, law. Now, all these stuffs are important. They are what? But I'll be dealing with just one law because I want to use it and show you guys some things in more in stoichiometry. In what? Stoichiometry. So now look at this. Look at this. Hello. Hello. Now, there are two topics that are important in chemistry. And I get stoichio and lie. Stoichio anyway. So any what? Yes. So these two sources are, did I tell you guys that my handwriting is bad? I'm sure I told you because it's not my fault. I was using left. In fact, I'm still using left. But no more in what? Writing. And they flogged me too much. They flogged me too much. That's why. So when I started learning this, we have passed that stage in primary school that they teach you what? Handwriting. You get? Every time in secondary school that they check notes, I'm always called. What is this? I cannot even read my own notes. Yes, that's it. So now, enjoy this like this, you get? Now, If you come to mole concepts, if you come to what? There's something we call mole. Hmm? You have heard of it, true or false? Thank you. Now, if you come to stoichiometry, it's trying to relate moles in an equation. In a what? And for you to get this kind of equations, you need what? Reactions. Are you following? So, stoichiometry compares moles. Compares what? Moles. Number of moles in a reaction. But for you to understand this number of mole stuff, you need to know the concept of what? Mole itself. Are you getting? So if you're a student and you are reading, which one should you read first? Are you following? But see what I want you to understand in stoichiometry. People see stoichiometry as something big. No, it's not. Now, first of all, in SS1, in chemistry, I'm sure after they taught you separating techniques, blah, 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 acid, base and salt, there was balancing equation, right? There was a reason for balancing equation. Because you cannot solve any equation in stoichiometry without balancing the what? And something I want you guys to know is that balancing equation is hard. Yes, it's hard. But what will make it easy for you is through answering what? Persuasion. Are you listening? If you get used to questions in chemistry PQ, they don't repeat, they don't ask new equations. They ask new what? Equations. Like for example now, this is a common equation in persuasion. It is very, very, very what? Common. Another common equation are equations concerning acid and what? Base. I get it now. So balancing equation naturally is hard in the sense that there's an equation that we will drop here now. No chemistry. For one chemistry, or even professor in chemistry, we do that. To take time. To take what? Yes. So what I'm trying to tell you guys is that for you to be used to balancing of what? Equation, you should make sure that you're already doing your what? Persuasion well. Again, knowing the concept that they want you to know that number of what? Atoms here. Is this a number of what? Atoms here. For example, it was like this, right? Right? Thank you. And I want to balance. And I want to do what? Look now. If this is 2 and oxygen is what? 2. But oxygen here is what? 1. Why can't I just put 2 here? Eh? You know, this is like a reaction happening naturally, right? It's a reaction that if it happens, it will produce what? Water. So you putting 2 below oxygen, you are changing the name of the what? Compound. It's no more water. It's not hydrogen what? But that's not what happened. That's not what did what? Happened. So you cannot balance like this. You can never balance with a subscript unless you don't write the equation, the formula well. I get it now. If you want to balance, you should be putting it by the what? Sides. Now if I put 2 here now, 2 oxygen, right? But what happened to the hydrogen now? 4. I can also clean this and write what? 4. Never in this life. Why? Hydrogen is a diatomic what? Gas. It will always be what? H2. 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 You understand? So me putting 2 here now, I've made it what? 4. Now see what stoichiometry wants you to understand. That in every reaction, there is a mole ratio. There's a what? Now, let's come up again. Look at this. How many atoms are here? Mawagaya. 4 atoms. This is an atom. You understand? So, 1, 2, 3, 4. How many are here? 2. How many are here? 6 now. I may pay this thing. 4, 2, 6. Right? Let's come back. How many molecules are here? 2. 2 molecules of this. How many molecules are here? 1 molecule of what? Oxygen. Are you listening? What of water? 2. 2 molecules of water. Water is now an entity. I get it now. So these 2 is just saying that there are 2 molecules of what? Water. Now, we come back. These molecules can be described as what? Moles. 2 moles of what? Hydrogen. 1 mole of 2 moles of what? Water. So, in any place they talk about a reaction concerning hydrogen and what? Oxygen. Are you listening? The equation must always go like this. You get? So, in stoichiometry, equations they ask you guys must have a reaction in it. If you are not seeing a reaction, they are asking on one thing. They are now focusing on what? More what? The more concept, they ask you about one thing. Are you following? Now, the plan here is that, see this equation, they'll be like 4 moles of hydrogen combined with oxygen. Combined with what? How many of oxygens or how many moles of oxygens you are used? Now, they want you to know that even if they are telling that it's 4 moles that are combined, that reaction already have a what? A guideline. A what? What it is known with. Are you following? So you first of all write down your what? Equation and balance the what? Are you following? Then you put down your what? More what? Concepts. More ratios. So, and I'll say that if 2 moles is to 1 mole, and if 1 mole is to 2 moles, 4 moles is to what? 2. Is to 10 is to okay. 0.25. What should be here? What should be here? You know, there's this girl that 4 now. 0.5. So, you know how we are doing this, right? You follow this what? Principle. So let's say we want to find for this guy now. We want to find maybe for water, and they told you guys that 6 moles we are used. How many moles of water is produced? You just say if 2 will give me 2, 6 will give how many? 6. But you know the normal way is cross and what? Sure, you know. So because there are some situations it may not be easy. You can see something like 0.38. You now say, oh, the answer is still what here? But in this place now, maybe you need to do what? Solve, right? 2x equals 0.38. S is what? 0.38 over what? 2. You get your answer. Now, but that's what more concept wants you to know. That is also what stoichiometry wants you to do what? No. You know, this reaction, right? So, stoichiometry wants you to know that there is a pattern. There is a what? A pattern. So, the problem now in stoichiometry is that stoichiometry, when it was giving birth to, it didn't know that there are grandfathers there that want him to follow the rules. To follow the what? Now, imagine if it was number of moles they asked you. It will be easy. 2 mole is giving what? 1 mole. Question now said 4 moles will give you what? The answer is what? 2. Is it not it? But is it this word mole? This word what? It can be expressed in various forms. In various what? There are many ways you can express mole as. That's the problem. You can express it as mass. As what? You can express it as volume. As what? In situations, you can express it as molar concentration. I get it. That's why stoichiometry is hard. So, in a situation that you see a equation, they tell you 5 grams of hydrogen combines with oxygen. They want you to first of all remove that 5 grams, convert the 5 grams to what? Mole, before you do that comparison. You get? So the problem in stoichiometry is facing is that the concept is actually easy. That is 2 moles is to 1 mole is to what? 2. If it was a mole that was asked, won't it go well? It will. But now, the issue now is that they can put for you mass. You no more see what? Mole. In the what? Question. Are you following? For example, see what I mean. Let me give you guys question concerning this basic one first. This is stoichiometry, not more concept. It's stoichiometry. So now, see this kind of question. Right. Right. Six moles of hydrogen chloride. 6 moles of hydrogen chloride six moles of hydrogen chloride went does it move? 6 moles of hydrogen chloride went under neutralization reaction. Let me just say it like that. I've already done the mistake. Went under what? Neutralization what? Reaction with potassium hydroxide. With potassium hydroxide. With potassium what? Hydroxide. With potassium hydroxide to form salt and water. To form what? Salt and water. Full stop. How many moles of potassium hydroxide was used? Was what? Used. How many moles of potassium hydroxide was used? Now, this equation, if you say in hall, after today, you should be dancing. You should be doing what? You should be dancing, yes. So, see the actual stuff. They told you guys that HCl, right? Combined with what? KOH. Now, the problem now is that if you don't know the reaction, if you don't know the what? So tell yourself, I must know the reaction. I must know the reaction. If HCl is combining with potassium hydroxide, acid and what? Base. They will form what? Yes. Plus what? Is it balanced? Is it balanced? Let's start with these are the reactants and these are the what? Listen. Let's start with hydrogen. How many hydrogens are here? 1, 2. How many are here? 2. This is O. 2, right? Thank you. This is chlorine, right? 1 chlorine. 1 chlorine. 1 potassium. 1 oxygen. Everything is balanced. So, class, what is the mole ratio? Thank you. The question now told you how many moles of HCl was used in the reaction? 6. So that's what the question gave you as. A signal, 6 moles went under what? Neutralization what? Reaction. They now want to find how many moles of this that was used. True or false? Class, what is the answer? 6 mole. The answer is also 6. If 1 mole is 1 mole, 6 mole is what? 6 mole. And you know why 1 is here, right? From the reaction. 1. If you see 2 here, is what? 2. So now, understanding stoichiometry, have you seen why reaction is important? Have you seen the reason? Have you also seen why balancing equation is important? Now imagine you don't know balancing equation. Someone just wrote this in. Imagine you have suffered yourself. You know the reaction. And you wrote this. You're like, there's no how this thing can be 1:1:1. It's not sounding. It's not sounding. Someone will now come and put 2 here. Who send you? If I put 2 here now, what will be the answer? 12. I get it now. Now you have failed the equation. You have failed the what? So you need to know what? You need to know what? Mole ratio, balancing equation, and the reaction. And the what? That's what I want you guys to find a way and know. Maybe one day we'll talk on reactions. I get it. But that's what I want you to know. I follow you now. Now, is this question noisy? Class, is this question noisy? It is. Now, they can wicked you in many ways. They can start changing names. They will not tell you HCl. Is there another name for hydrogen chloride? Why are you playing game? Why? Why? I left you first time and you continued. I'm not playing game. I on your phone. On. Give me. So, no, the thing is that I understand though. I saw him first time and I left him. You get? As per my words, man. Second time he continued. It's not fair. Listen. Or you know what I'm teaching? Do you know what I'm teaching? If you know, read another thing. Don't play game. So now, I'll follow you now. So now the thing now is, watch. Let's do something now. Are people ready? Are people ready? Stoichiometry is easy if more concepts did not exist. True or false? It's not easy. It is easy. Now, but then there's more concepts. There is what? There is more concepts. Yeah, it's already there. So more concepts. I will drop formulas. I will not come to teach more concepts like more concepts. You get? So that's the problem. So I'll draw formulas. More concepts is telling you that number of moles. Mass over what? Mass over? Again, number of moles, N. At what? We will deal with these two. This 2 is relating more to stoichiometry, more than the number of particles. But let me just write it down. What did I write here? Number of things. And my own textbook. Number of what? Things. So this this is number of what? Moles. I get it now. These are various ways you can find mole. You can find what? Are you following? Are you following? These are various ways you can find what? Mole. Which one is what? Thing. What thing is that they can ask you number of ions. They can ask you number of what? They can ask you number of atoms. They can ask you number of molecules. They can ask you number of anything. So, thing. Thing is what? Thing. Now, but you clearly saw where I wrote into 2.5 dm cube. At what? At. Thank you. Now, listen to this question. Are you ready to write? I've written down this. These are formulas under more concepts. I'm sure teachers have come and they have taught you this as a topic. I don't know. If I knew, I would teach it as a topic. But you guys are following, ba? Are you following? So, but have you written this down? Now, I continue. Right. And this, we are coming to this. We are coming to this. You see the same stoichiometry. Now, Write this question. Are you ready? Are you ready? 9 grams of hydrogen gas. 9 grams of hydrogen gas was packed with oxygen. Was packed with oxygen. 9 grams of hydrogen gas was packed with oxygen. 9 grams of hydrogen gas was packed with oxygen to form steam. To form steam at 100 degrees Celsius. To form steam, STEAM. To form steam at 100 degrees Celsius. At 100 degrees Celsius. Full stop. Calculate the mass of oxygen gas used. 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 Open bracket. H equals to 1, comma. O equals to 16. You close the bracket. H equals to 1. O equals to what? 16. This is a common question you see in your past question, right? Yes, there was how I read last 4 years that I learned how to create questions on my own. Now, are you listening? Did you hear anything like mole in the question? Mole. Did you see mole in the question? You did not see, right? But you saw gram, right? Now, class, everybody here are studying physics too. They teach you guys physics, ba? Gram, is it a unit or a quantity? A unit, a quantity. Naira, is it a unit, a quantity? Hello? Shane, you know what is a unit and what is a quantity? Okay, time. Is it a unit, a quantity? It's a quantity, thank you. Then, what are the units of time? Seconds, hour, minutes, days, weeks, years, right? So, we come to gram. Gram is a unit of quantity. Unit of what? Mass. Are you following? So, there was this situation. I taught one class. So, they are now writing an exam. I gave her an easy question. The exam, the question was easy. They wrote 5 grams of, I think, hydrogen chloride or calcium carbonate. She knew the formula. The only problem now is that I did not give her a mass. But she see 5 grams. But I did not give her what? Mass. In her book, she wrote down the formula. But she couldn't confirm the fact that mass is equal to 5 what? Grams. Are you following? Sometimes you are seeing where they told you guys that number of moles is mass over what? Mass over what? Some questions will not tell you the mass of hydrogen is 9 grams. Are you getting? They will just start and tell you 9 grams of what? Hydrogen what? Gas. Are you following? Thank you. So now, watch. You write down your hydrogen gas, right? What was this packed with? What did it form? Steam. Steam is water, right? So this should be what? That 100 degrees Celsius is cruise. I'm cruising with you. I'm cruising with what? I getting. So this is the reaction. This is the what? You already know what I'll put here. And yeah. What is the mole ratio? This is stoichiometry. You have arrived. Are you following? Now the question is, I'll be giving. I don't think I will answer this. I don't have time. I want to teach you guys basics now. I'll put lots again on our class. Okay. 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 Now listen. I'll increase my writing. I'll increase the boldness. Yes. And for the person asking me for let's discuss more balancing equation. I've already told you. I've already told you guys that balancing equation is what you will learn on your what? Own. Yes. If you want it as a topic, we'll find a teacher that will do it for you. But to me, it's not something that I should spend 2 hours teaching. You understand? But just listen. Are you looking at this? In the equation now, they gave you masses, right? They gave you what? Masses. But for you to use this mole concept, class, for you to use this what? And stoichiometry, you need to convert that mass to what? Mole. Are you following? You need to convert that mass to what? So by the time, let's say we get 4 moles. Let's say we get what? 4 will give me how many moles here? 2. And now we have gotten number of moles for what? Oxygen. But is there our answer? This is just 2 moles of oxygen. We still need to convert these 2 moles of oxygen back to what? Mass of what? Oxygen. You now see why mole concept makes stoichiometry more advanced. Are you seeing the reason now? So now, for example, what was the mass of hydrogen? 9. This is mass, right? This is number of what? Moles. And what is this? Molar mass. Hydrogen gas. They gave you brackets 1. That one is the mass number. I get it now. But the molar mass of hydrogen gas is 1 times 2, which is what? 2. What is the unit of molar mass? Gram per mole. So what should I put here? 2. Should you know why is 1 times 2, ba? Or hydrogen gas is a diatomic what? Diatomic what? It exists naturally as what? H2. So if you are finding the molar mass, it should have that 2 in it. I get it now. Same thing for what? Oxygen gas. You understand? Now, I've gotten 2 gram per what? Mole. What is the mass of hydrogen gas? 9. Now, class, what is our number of moles? 4 points. 4 points. So where should I put the 4.5? Under what? Under? It's hydrogen now. Everything here is concerning what? Hydrogen, right? Thank you. So if 4.5 mole is here, class, punch for me. What should be here? 2 point what? Mole. And this now is for what? Oxygen. But is it 2.25 from calculator? How did I get 4.5? Class, how did I get 4.5? Oh yeah, let me be neater in this stuff. Now, equation gave you 9 grams of what? Hydrogen, right? Normally, I told you in stoichiometry, it would have been easy if they gave you mole to find what? Mole. But they are giving you what now? Mass. To find what? Mass. It's mass to mass, right? But imagine if they gave you mass to find mole. By the time you get 4.5, your answer will be what? 2.25. But they are giving you mass to find mass. So see what you do as a student starting stoichiometry. There are shortcuts. I'll still give you guys shortcuts. Are you following? They are what? But we are learning the natural way of solving it. So 9 grams of hydrogen what? Gas. Right? What is the molar mass of hydrogen gas? Molar mass was 1 times 2, which was what? right? Class, what is the number of moles of hydrogen gas? It will be mass over what? Mass over, which is 9 over what? And what did he give us? Moles, right? Of what? Are you following now? Of what? Now, look again. We have gotten this, but we have not yet ended, right? So, they told in this equation that 2 is to what? 1. 4.5 that will go from here for hydrogen gas will be for what in oxygen gas? 2 point what? Are you getting? Now, class, if they told you to find number of moles of oxygen gas, what will be the answer? What will be the answer? But what did the equation say? The equation. Find. Calculate the mass of what? Calculate the mass of what? Oxygen gas. Is it making sense now? So have we finalized our answer by getting 2.25? Have we finalized our answer by getting 4.5? All these things are in moles. They are in what? Moles. Your answer, what you are looking for, is in gram. Is in what? Because it's mass you are looking for. So I need to find the mass of this guy. But I already have the what? Mole. Which is 2.25. So I'll also come back here and start again. Mass of oxygen is X, right? Mass of oxygen gas is what? X. I don't know it. But molar mass of oxygen gas is what? 16 times what? What is the reason? What is the reason? It is what? Exactly. So, but do we have the number of moles of oxygen gas from what we solved? What's our answer? So I can now come and say something like this. That number of moles, N, is mass over what? We are talking about oxygen here, right? So number of mole, N, is equals to what's the mass? We don't know, right? What is the molar mass? What is the number of mole? So class, what is the mass? 72. Is it not long? Eh? Is it not long? It's not actually long if you know it before. Did you hear me? But if this is your first time, it's actually what? Long. Because you are doing two things at a time. You find number of moles, you will compare, you come back and find the mass value. Giving me questions. They are easy questions, but we are trying to bring everybody along. You do understand? If you give me a question now that people here that we flow with are just 10, what will now happen to the remaining 150 people? Yes, number of moles is as amount of what? Moles. Amount is the same as number of moles. So now, I listening, everybody. Just watch. We will come to all these things. And no more peppers. Thank you. No more what? So we can finish something up. So 2.25 times 30 is what? 70 what? 72 what? So what's our answer? 72 what? Gram. It was long and boring. Or was it long or wasn't it long? It wasn't that long, right? Thank you. So someone now gave me a question in this paper and told me, sir, what happened to this? You know this is 2 more is 1 more, right? Why, if I write 9 gram, why can't here be what? 4.5. Is the guy wrong? What did you get as an answer? 72 gram. And what is this one giving us? 4.5 gram. It is totally wrong. I'll tell you the reason. I'll tell you the what? The reason. What is the unit here you are saying? Moles. Everything here should come from what? Moles. I get it. So even if you want to do 9 gram, we give you what gram? You must convert these 2 moles to what? Gram. Everything here should be what? In gram. Now, see what I'm trying to say. Look at the shortcut now. It's very easy. Now, these are moles, right? Thank you. Now, look at this place. From this formula, number of moles is mass over what? Class, if the mole is 1 mole, if number of moles is what? 1 mole, can you say that mass is equal to molar mass? If the number of moles is what? 1, can you say that mass is equal to molar mass? Solve it. Solve it in your book. If 1 is number of mole, can you say that number of that mass is what? Molar mass? Do it now. If n is 1, if n is what? Can you say that m is small m is what? Capital M? Yes. Is it not it? I want to give you guys shortcuts now. Or do you like this long cut? So that's what we are arriving at. So stoichiometry, I told you that as it was giving birth to, during that time they gave birth to stoichiometry. Thank you. So when he discovered that there was something called mole concepts, called what? He said, okay, I need to evolve too. Are you listening? If you understand these parts, you'll be good. You'll be good. Now, 2 moles will be converted to mass. Now, how can you convert it to what? Mass. That's what you are discussing. And I told you guys that if it's 1 mole, can mass be equal to molar mass? Yes. So when stoichiometry saw this, it now brought us what we call mass to mass relationship. Mass to mass what? Mass to mass what? So do you know when you use mass to mass relationship, class? Look at that question I asked you. Read the question for me. 1, 2, ready, go. Okay. 9 grams of hydrogen gas. Calculate the mass of oxygen what? Gas. 9 grams is in mass. Mass of oxygen gas is in mass. How many masses are they comparing? 2 masses. So what is it called? Mass to mass relationship. Is it making sense? Is it making sense? Should I say what I said again? They said 9 grams of hydrogen gas was packed with oxygen. Find the mass of the oxygen. Is mass to what? Mass. There is also mass to volume. Are you listening? They can ask you, 9 grams of hydrogen gas was packed with what? Oxygen. Find the volume of what? Oxygen. Which relationship is that one? Mass to what? Are you following? Now, but this mass to mass relationship is commonly asked questions. You see in past questions, mass to mass and mass to volume too. But this ones we are doing when we started, 6 moles will give you what? 6 moles, right? This one is mole to what? Mole. This one is easy, right? Now, in this mass to mass relationship, the only thing you need to do is that you convert, if it's hydrogen that they gave mass about, are you listening? Everything here will be in mass. Will be in what? Mass. Now, the problem now is that, uncle, how can I convert everything here to what? Mass. When this is 2 mole. And I told you again in the beginning, if you see 1 mole, can you say that mass is equal to molar mass? Can you say it? Thank you. But how many moles are here? 2. So let's say that there are 2 moles. Let's break it into. Let's make it singly. 1 mole plus what? We give it 2 moles, right? Right? Thank you. So what if it's 1 mole, mass should be what? Molar mass. True of us. And our aim is to convert this mole ratio here to what? Mass. True of us. Now, what is the molar mass of hydrogen gas? 2 grams. So what is the mass of hydrogen gas? 2 grams. For what? 1 mole. For what? For what? Is it making sense? Let's come again. We have 2 moles here, right? Let's say that what we had was 1 mole. Was what? 1 mole. Let's try and solve. 1 mole will give you m over, what is the molar mass? 2, right? 2 times 1, 2. So mass is equal to what? 2, right? And I'm telling you guys that a mass to mass relationship, we want to convert everything here to what? Mass. To what? Mass. And it's possible. And it's what? By this stuff we just did. So if the molar mass of hydrogen gas is 2, it means that 1 mole there we have what? 2 grams, right? But how many moles I would say? 2 moles. So how many grams should that thing have? 4 grams. This Makasa, they are behaving. So what I'm trying to say. This is 2 moles, right? You write 2 brackets. The mass, the molar mass of the what? Elements. For example, 2 grams. What will you get? 4 grams. If you come to here, what did you see here? 1 mole. So it's equal to the molar mass. What's the molar mass? 32. 1 bracket what? 32. Which is still what? But what is now here? Gram. That's what I want you to know. If you come to this place now, 2 brackets. What's the molar mass of water? 2 times 1 is what? 2. Plus O is what? 16. 2 plus 16 is what? 2 times 18 is what? 36 what? Did I change everything here to mass now? Is this still 2 is to 1 is to 2? But now all of them are in what? Grams. You now see that that thing that guy did that time, it can never be 9 is to what? 4.5. Because 4 grams to what? 32 grams wasn't something like 2 moles to what? 1 mole. Did something happen? Did something happen? Because I'll give you guys 2 more examples on it. So let's try understanding this one. So let me wipe this and come back to the 2 is to 1 is to 1 or 2 is to 1 is to 2. So we are talking about mass to mass what? Relationship, right? Mass of what? Hydrogen to mass of what? Oxygen what? Relationship. Are you following? So class, should I convert these 2 moles to mass? Should I convert it? I should, right? What will it give me? 2 times the molar mass. 2 times the what? And what's the molar mass? 2. We are comparing it with oxygen's mass, right? So I'll convert everything in oxygen to what? Mass. And what is that? 1 mole. So I'll now say oxygen now is what? 1 bracket what? All these things now are in what? Grams. 4 gram is what? 32 gram. So the question now asks you, if 9 gram was used, if what was used? What part of oxygen was used? 9 gram is to what? X. Is it giving you 72? Is it giving you 72? So I want you to press it. Did it give you 72? So which one is better? Which one do you like? Don't answer from because you knew the first one before, the second one before. Like now, this first time you're understanding this. Which one did you actually prefer? You don't understand this one. This one is trying to say that if you are giving mass in that question, you convert everything that place to what? Mass. If they say 9 grams of hydrogen gas, when you write down the equation for the reaction, anything in the mole ratio concerning hydrogen gas will turn to gram. You understand? If it was volume, anything in the mole ratio for hydrogen gas will turn to what? Volume. Are you following? Now, see what I mean now. See this question. Hello? Hello? Now, write down this question. Write down this question now. Let's check something. Write down this question. 2 moles of carbon dioxide. 2 moles of carbon dioxide reacted with oxygen. 2 moles of carbon dioxide reacted with oxygen. 2 moles of carbon dioxide reacted with oxygen. Reacted with what? Oxygen. Full stop. Calculate the mass of the product produced. Calculate the mass of the product what? Produced. 2 moles of oxygen reacted with 2 moles of carbon dioxide reacted with what? Oxygen. Calculate the mass of the what? Mass of the what? Product produced. Is it making sense? Is it making sense? They say carbon dioxide. Should I point? Who can tell me the symbol of carbon dioxide? CO came with what? O2. Of course, this is CO2. This is what? So you are looking for the mass of what? CO2. Are you following? Now let's balance. Let's do what? So I told you that balancing can be confusing if you don't know this equation. This is 1C. This is what? 1C. Is C balanced? How many oxygen? 3. How many here? 2. You know I cannot come and start writing 3 here, but I know that if I write 1.5 here to get 3, you start confusing yourself. True or false? So you start assuming. If I put 2 here now, oxygen is how many? 4. But what happened to carbon? Carbon is now what? 2. And I put 2 here for this carbon. 2. Oxygen. 2 plus what? 2. 4. It's balanced. So 2 is to 1 is to what? 2. Have you established this fact? The girl is sleeping at the door. Hello? Now, they gave you number of moles of what? CO. True or false? To find what? Mass of what? CO2. Mass of what? They told you should find the mass of the product produced. What is produced? CO2. So, class, which relationship is this? Mole to mass. Mole to what? You are giving number of moles of CO to find number of moles of, to find what? Mass of what? CO2. So if I'm converting anything to mass, should I touch here? Why? Listen. They told you it's mole to what? Mass, right? Thank you. It's a relationship. Everything here will be converted to mole. If you come to the mass side, everything will be converted to what? Mass. That's why it's a relationship. Mole to what? Mass. First question was mass to what? Mass. If it's mole to volume, here will be mole and here will be what? Volume. If it's volume to mass, here will be volume and here will be what? Mass. So what I'm trying to say is, here is 2 moles. If here is what? 2 moles. How many moles they give you about CO? 6. Right? In the question. The question I gave what? Eh? Okay. So it's okay like this. If 2 moles can give you 2 moles, 2 moles normally should give you what? 2 moles. True of us? But what am I doing here? I'm converting here to what? Mass. So it will be 2 bracket the molar mass. 2 bracket the what? So what is the molar mass of CO2? Not everybody knows. C is what? 12. O is what? 16. CO2. 12 plus bracket 16 plus 16, right? 16 plus 16 is 32 plus 12, 44. So I'll write 2 bracket what? 44. You know why I'm doing this? Is this in gram now? Is this in mole now? So this is what? Mole to what? Mass. 2 times 46 is what? 88 gram. And again, the question now told you 2 moles again. So what is the answer? 88 gram. This is sounding like Latin. Hello? Hello? Now, see what will happen here. See what will happen here. I'll ask you guys this question first. Stoichiometry. Have they taught you guys before, yeah? This year? This year? They did not. Because they said I should enter and do plenty calculations with you guys. You guys are already tired with the second one. We still have plenty things to do. But what will happen is, there was this situation in our own time. There was this situation in our own time when they were teaching us what we are not following with. So the teacher now started telling us about himself. Teacher liked cruise. The guy liked what? Cruise. He's a medical doctor now. He's a very, very small boy. He has small body. Me, I have big body, oh. But he has small what? If you see him, you understand what I'm trying to say. So he was telling us about his love story. So the funny thing is that he used his love story to drag us back to what? Chemistry. I don't know how he did that then, but it was funny. But me now, I don't have time to drag you like that and come back to what? Chemistry. But what I can tell you is, this stuff, some of you here were taught already in the lesson. And some of you came from, you are taught in the school, maybe private lesson, anyhow. There are various formulas in approaching what? Stoichiometry. Are you listening to me? Are you following? That first one we solved, that was long, is the normal one. Is the what? That's how you should solve stoichiometry. But they are now devising out ways that will make it easy for what? You. Are you following the gist? So all I can tell you is that everything is not easy. Everything is not what? Easy. Yes. It was the time that stoichiometry was very, very hard for me. And if they teach, I don't understand. But I want you guys to just do your best and listen. The guy is playing at the window. The guy is playing at the window. You're looking at the window to confirm. So, see what I want to tell you guys is that I want you guys to just follow me. If he's not entering, we have plenty calculations to do. Should we keep psychometry and enter another place? Is it making sense? Is it making sense? Are you sure? Because there was this situation that they taught something in class. Nobody understood, but because they thought I was intelligent. They thought I did what? Understood. And I cannot fold my hands. Hello? Imagine after a class, like during break now, you're a guy, small boy for that matter, and 20 girls and boys are approaching you to solve something. But you don't know that thing. But you cannot tell them you don't know it. So, you know what I did? I was like, the way I learned this thing is a complicated formula. You get? So for me to teach you, I cannot teach you when you are stressed. Come tomorrow. In the night, I researched. Amen? I made sure that I did what? I researched. I did not know book, but it was pressure that made me to do what? No book. Yes. A day to an exam, my dad brought out, I wanted to sleep. My dad wanted me to read and brought out for me English passage and told us, let's do English, that is good in English, that he will get most answers. I was like, Daddy, it's not possible. That rules change. Rules do what? Change. And he was actually getting the answer. And he can make maths. You get that kind of thing. So you now treat this question. Cut your coats. Cut your coats according to your what? Coats according to size. Is it coats according to size? What of coats according to cloth? Are you sure? What of coats according to material? Or you don't know? What of clothes according to size? Or you don't know again? Now, class, which one is the correct one? Cut your coat. Cut your what? According to your clothes. Yes. So this one. So this man was arguing with me that it was what? The last one. That he was sure that he studied English. Like, Daddy, you are wrong. He now went to go and browse. He told me he doesn't trust online. Imagine. After all the arguments, actually, these two are correct. Clothes and material is correct. You get back? Now, the next day, we entered the exam hall. That passation we did, that's what they replicated, photocopied. Bah. The boy smashed. I became a celeb. I don't know anything. So it was past question. And other physics questions and chemistry questions, so just favoring me. I used to read what used to come out. That's why I'm answering future. You get? So now, and I had men. People now started saying, this boy knows book. Give me what I don't know. Imagine. So for me to know it, I needed to do what? Read it. But I will not solve it that moment. I'll give an what? Excuse. If you call me, I'll be like, Uncle Face is calling me. So I can answer questions for you guys. Pew. That was my life. My test score started getting what? Better. Day by day. They now saw that I can do what? Teach. That's how I was picked up since then. So I don't know how you do your own. But I believe that people just have luck. There's this exam we wrote. It had like 20 persuasions. My friend did 9 and did not do 1. I'm lazy. I did only what? 1. And that one is like 6. It's like they said that wrote the exam was like 7 years ago. So it was that one I did as I saw. Amen? Yes. Sometimes they think you know, but you yourself, you know you don't do what? It's just luck. That's why anytime someone praises you, just laugh and say it's God, though. Are you following? Yeah, so this thing I'm solving here. Actually, since I came here, I have not revised. I no get strength to revise. In the night, I read my set work. But I'll start revising so I can be teaching guys more things. That's it. But this was from what I taught someone. the physics that they asked us in our set was past question. You get? I got 90 something. The same exam that I did not do what? Finish. Yes. I got 312 that year. So now, the thing is that the physics was 91 or 93. I didn't answer one question in physics, but why was it 90 something is that they asked past question. All the questions there, I can swear, I did not solve. Imagine that kind of happiness that what you are solving is what you solved for your friends before the exam. Hello? You come, as you see the question, remember the girl you solved it for. Yes, that was how it was. Well, am I done? I think I'm done. That's why I'm moving around. So what I'm insinuating is, sometimes you should help your what? Neighbors. It helps. It does what? Yes, I already know you have friends. I already know that some of you are intelligent. Some of you might for. But please, make sure you're helping your what? Neighbors. For this stoichiometry class, I'll inform Uncle Face. I thought you guys have been taught. Because they told us we should move around what? Calculations. But for those that don't understand, don't worry. Don't do what? Worry. I'm here to coach you before your jam. You still be seeing me. And for the people that ask me for my number, yes, 2 papers. Uncle, can I have your number? I want to be asking you a question. Later, I can promise you is that if you chat me up, I love chatting. I may leave the book. So, if you chat me up, make sure you're chatting me up with what? Question. You get me right? And if you need an advice, you can also let me know through WhatsApp. Thank you.